Imagine a world where the conclusion of the Tournament of Power left us not with a feeling of warmth from a wholesome completion or a satisfaction knowing that Goku will still always come out on top, but instead left us in complete shock and confusion. Back in Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power was a means to not only introduce a load of new characters and plot lines, but also a venue that would push our Z-Fighters to limits they would never reach otherwise. Under the watchful eye of Zeno and the Grand Priest, the Multiverse tournament consisting of 12 different universes took place where the victor universe would be granted one-time access to the Super Dragon Balls, but the losers would be erased forever. With stakes like this, of course putting it all on the line is kinda mandatory, but one obstacle stood in the way. When Goku finally battled Jiren, it was clear from the start how glaring the power gap was, but when something mystical happened, everything changed. Jiren, who had once been the pinnacle of the Tournament of Power, the being everyone was seemingly avoiding until absolutely necessary, was faced with the impossible scenario of having to battle Goku with the newly awakened grasp of a technique called Ultra Instinct. As we all saw for ourselves, this allowed Goku to remain pretty much untouchable and granted him nuclear power, but what of Vegeta? In the midst of all of this happening, there was quite a bit of underlying dissatisfaction within the community about how Vegeta's power creep was handled in the Tournament of Power. While also ascending past the power of basic Super Saiyan Blue himself, Vegeta was pushed in a different direction as his limit break came in the form of Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Blue Evolution Vegeta, while clearly nowhere near the level of an Ultra Instinct Goku, was still able to fight on par and even defeat God of Destruction Toppo, which definitely shows us how far this power increase took Vegeta. But what if things were different? Very different. An animation by our friend UHG Animation shows us just how a simple change in the order of events could have given us a very different and very interesting outcome to the Tournament of Power. If you guys want to check out the original animation for yourselves, the link will be down below in the description box as always, as well as a link to UHG's channel, so be sure to go show him as much love and support as you guys show me. Also, before we get started, don't forget to hit that notification bell down below to never miss an upload, and follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with all Dragon Ball related content. But without further ado, guys.
I got swords on my back, set my right. Ninjas with me, niggas, throwing stars at these bitches. Eating ramen noodles in the hood with my niggas.
As we find ourselves in the midst of the battle versus Universe 11, Vegeta is the last on his feet, with Goku, while still in his Super Saiyan Blue form, looking extremely exhausted and badly beaten. Vegeta, having already ascended the Super Saiyan Blue evolution at this point, powers up even more as he prepares for what looks like his last go at an attempt to save Universe 7. Both Jiren and Toppo stand before him, but instead of fighting together, Toppo puts his arm out, insinuating that he can handle this on his own. Now, we obviously wouldn't be too worried about Vegeta facing Toppo originally, especially seeing as he's already in Super Saiyan Blue evolution, but with Goku seemingly out of the picture for right now, Vegeta doesn't look to have any backup, and even if he does beat Toppo, Jiren is right behind him. The battle begins as Vegeta charges Toppo for the first attack, but the two just clash fists in a huge explosion. Then an exchange begins, and at first glance it actually does look like Vegeta is definitely the aggressor, but Toppo doesn't seem to be having much trouble with him. Jiren looks on at the battle, spectating his possible future opponent, and it's at this time that Vegeta actually does look to have the upper hand, sending Toppo flying into the ground and then firing a powerful ki blast at him. This does quite a bit of damage to Toppo, but he responds with a flurry of ki blasts of his own, just like we remember him doing in the tournament. While it is a direct hit, Vegeta is able to block it without taking much damage at all. This was just used as a distraction, however, as Toppo appears in front of Vegeta and begins punching him, but Vegeta responds with a massive energy wave that overwhelms even Toppo. But this fight is nowhere near over, and if you've been watching closely, I'm sure you've noticed something about Toppo already. After Vegeta's attack clears the area and leaves a huge crater, everything goes silent momentarily, but then a gigantic aura overtakes the field. As even the Grand Priest looks on in amazement, Toppo has undergone his God of Destruction form, succumbing to his version of absolute justice, changing his entire appearance and demeanor as well. Vegeta can barely believe what he's seeing, as there's no way this is the same person he was just fighting minutes ago, now looking 10 times as menacing. But this is when Frieza decides to step in momentarily, allowing Vegeta to go for Jiren. Vegeta goes right for Jiren as Jiren powers up, but Vegeta's attacks aren't even getting through to him, as Jiren just body blocks them all like they're nothing. When he goes on the offensive, he completely destroys Vegeta, who can't even block his attacks, boxing him backwards for quite a long while and then finishing him off with an almost piercing gut punch. This is a pretty rare scene to see here, as Goku just looks on powerlessly, having to watch Vegeta defend him, and things aren't looking good. But when Jiren fires a point-blank blast at Vegeta, hoping to just incinerate him, it's all but confirmed that this battle is coming to a close. But something snaps in Vegeta. An explosion of power from being pushed to the brink and being absolutely demolished by somebody tens of times more powerful than he, Vegeta enters an ultimate state of fight or flight mode. A thunderous aura erupts from the center of the arena as Vegeta begins to change, but this is like no other. As his eyes shine silver, body exuding that mysterious clear aura, Vegeta, the most prideful of all Saiyans, is the one to unlock Ultra Instinct. Faces of shock, amazement, and possibly even fear are shown around the Coliseum, as Vegeta's transformation has seemed to go way past just a mere power-up. Jiren, now on the offensive, is in no way able to track Vegeta's movements, as he just gets punched and thrown around the wasteland. A completely different beast now, and looking much more aggressive than even Goku did at this point, Vegeta makes Jiren look like a member of the Ginyu Force with how he's being tossed around, and even Goku is amazed at this new power that he's never seen before coming from Vegeta, who angrily sends Jiren flying into the ground. When he appears on the ground in front of him, this is it. Vegeta looks to finish this tournament once and for all, and that's what he does as he charges his final attack, an Ultra Instinct Final Flash at 100% full power, taking Jiren out completely once and for all. All we've known for the past few years is Ultra Instinct Goku this and Ultra Instinct Goku that, so by default this is known as kind of Goku's thing, but after this video I think a clear case can be made that Vegeta would have been just as, if not even more badass if he had gotten Ultra Instinct. When the information we know now on Ultra Instinct was first coming out, and then the rumors started circulating on things, a lot of people were speculating that the attack portion of Ultra Instinct could have actually been learned by Vegeta, but unfortunately that's not how things played out, and his ascension ended with him still being a pretty fair step behind Goku in a sense. But even with that being said, Ultra Instinct is in fact a learned technique that isn't specific to any person or race, so while this still allows for the possibility of Vegeta learning it in the future, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that no matter what form it comes in, more Vegeta progression is necessary, whether it be with Spirit Control, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution 2 or something like that, or even eventually Ultra Instinct. However, I think the thing that I may like the most in this version, and this is gonna sound like the most Vegeta fanboy thing you've ever heard in your life, but not only did Vegeta gain Ultra Instinct, he was the sole person that obtained it instead of Goku, and I know a lot of my Vegeta fans out there will appreciate that, so a huge shout out to UHG Animations for showing some true Vegeta love. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching the video until the end. As always, if you made it this far, this video was really enjoyable for me, just like any Vegeta video is, being one of my favorite characters in anime ever. Down below in the comments, let me know what you guys thought about Ultra Instinct Vegeta taking out Jiren and how the Tournament of Power could have ended, and I really think it could have ended like this very easily too. Vegeta is obviously the type to follow his own path if we, I guess, disregard his current trip to Yardrat, but in this animation, he didn't copy Goku's Ultra Instinct or use it alongside him. He unlocked it by going through similar circumstances Goku had gone through, pushing himself to that point of breaking, and we got to see the result, so a huge thanks and shout out to UHG Animation once again for showing that Vegeta love. If you guys want to check out the original animation for yourselves, the link to the original video as well as UHG's channel will be down below in the description box, so be sure to go check it out. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell before you go to never miss the best Dragon Ball content dropping, and also follow me on Twitter to keep up to date with me and all Dragon Ball related content. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.